Well, my watch says after 1 o'clock, so I guess I'll call the meeting of the Buffalo County Commissioners to order. We'll start with the Pledge of Allegiance, please. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you. I need a motion to accept the agenda.
Second.
Okay, all in favor? I need a motion to accept the September 2nd minutes.
Yeah.
Okay,
Those are the ones you satisfied me.
yep,
I'll second.
all in favor?
Aye.
Okay. We met with Andrea from Winter Dispatch, and they are willing. It was Rex and I, Janita. We had an executive session with them and David and Steve. They gave us a proposed contract, which they are willing to take us. It cost us $1.92. We receive $1.90 every month. So basically 2 cents more than we get from the E911 on your cell phones. It's not going to cost us anything to get hooked up with them. Today we need to make a motion to sign a letter of intent. They had a contract for us to look at, but it doesn't have the actual start date because until we do this letter of intent, there's a few things that need to be done through the state and everything. Approximately 3 to 4 months, it would be up and running to have E911 services. So if anybody's got any questions, we will try our best to answer them. If not, I can call and get answers.
So what we'll need is you need a motion to get just the letter of intent. Is that what it is today?
That was the way
Okay.
David explained it to us. And
Okay.
David and Steve will handle mailing out the letter of intent. But once they get the letter of intent, then they can move forward. But even if there are any needed upgrades or anything, talking to Josh, that the state's gonna be able to do that, so.
Assisting getting it done.
Assisting Dave.
Is Dave or one of those guys coming?
No,
Okay, so
and Dave will let me, I can get him on the phone.
I can give you an update. So yesterday, Tommy and I went into the business meeting and we secured letter of support from the tribe on continuing on. So when Dave drafts that letter for us guys, I would like for him to job done for Peter's signature too. Since they got to sign the contract right along with him. And here again, I did also tell them that the dates were wrong and this was just.
Right,
So they're aware of that, but I do have a resolution to that effect since
Okay.
yesterday.
okay. So, but that is, that's where we're at, furthest we've ever been. Closest we've ever been. And if we don't do this, basically we ain't gonna do this.
The advantages we're gonna have on this system is if you're calling in for a medical emergency, you've got a person online to help you through that situation. Okay,
And we've got a person online, oh dang, Recovery SOS, is that the one I'm thinking of? They will have like a recovery SOS that can pinpoint where that call's coming from.
605,
It's usually within 30 yards of
Yeah.
where you're calling from. They'll be able to see where you're at.
605 where, so so they're gonna be able to pinpoint you a lot better. It's not gonna bounce off the cell towers.
The
law-
calls-
Law enforcement though, one significant difference, is
Right.
law enforcement though, still gonna be routed through Fort. Because
Well-
they're the ones that are the only ones that are gonna have the ability to reach law enforcement. Because these
Right.
guys that don't have that
Right.
radio channel.
The other thing is, when you dial 911, it's gonna go to Winter, to the Winter dispatch. But Winter dispatch then, if it's on the reservation, will use Fort Thompson. But they will pinpoint it to Fort Thompson, so Fort Thompson will know where to go. They do that with Lyman County. They handle Lyman counties also, and Lyman County's got Lower Brule Tribe.
All but the reservation, because the reservation still comes to Fort.
No, but what I'm saying is,
Yeah, no, I hear you, but I just wanna make the distinction.
yeah,
because
that's,
That's the federal part of what we, as the tribe, 638 from the government.
right. But Lyman County does the same thing with it. If it's a call from Lower Brule, it goes to Fort Thompson. But Winter can pinpoint to Lower Brule where it's at. So,
One good news or good hope though is when they pulled up all our 911s from the county, there was probably 5, 6, So, and the reason that is because we know what ambulance number is. We know what IHS's number is, so we do those direct lines. So we're gonna take out Tommy's number and we're gonna see a significant rise in the number of 911s because he probably gets 1,600 calls a year.
yeah.
So that's one of the significant changes that's gonna help us through this too.
But I'm not gonna sit here and guarantee you 3 months. I'd rather say it's gonna be 4 to 5, but they're telling us probably 90 days. So,
Can I just add something to that?
mhm,
So they're gonna try, from my understanding, do this as quick as possible, but they're gonna kind of Band-Aid it in the beginning, is what I'm understanding. And they'll work with Chamberlain Interagency until all the equipment and whatnot's settled. So yeah, Dawn's right, it's a great step. And it's where we'll end up, but they're gonna do some juggling to make it work for us. 'Cause like the fire department, is it gonna be done? Same with ambulances, it'll help. Like we get calls from north of the highway store, well, it'll pick up this cell phone tower down here, it'll go over to Fort Thompson, they don't know where that's at. They can't pinpoint it, and the people don't know where it's at.
So this
So,
new software is gonna help.
Yeah.
but a big part of what we've gotta do is we've gotta map out Chamberlain Ambulance
yeah,
District.
districts.
Chamberlain, so that when that call goes into Winter,
Those are like agencies.
they know which fire department and ambulance crew to dispatch. So, those are, some of the things that we've got to work through. But this is the closest we've ever been to E911.
And
So,
without us having to try to make a bunch of phone calls, I heard a perfect example on the radio this morning. An ambulance in their district needed another ambulance. Instead of having to call a bunch of numbers, you call dispatch, they request that. So you aren't tied up same with our fire trucks. Instead of trying to find the fire chief and hope he answers in Weston Springs, we can just call dispatch, which will be Winter 602, and they'll take care of that for us. Then they will get a hold of somebody on the radio.
so
It'll be nice, be very beneficial to the community.
if there are any questions, please field them now. Otherwise, I'd like a motion to have Dave and Steve write up the resolution or the letter of intent.
I'll make a motion to sign the letter of intent.
second.
All in favor? Okay, I will get a hold of Dave. And you want him to, on this
The
letter,
same kind with that we're signing, the tribe to sign to.
oh, okay, so have him make one for the tribe
Yeah.
also. Okay,
That we're in agreement.
okay. All right. All right, resolution for the section line.
And you should have it in there.
Yeah, I just seen it. There's a copy of it.
So resolution 25-10.
Yep.
So there should be a copy in the back if you want to read it. And I see,
It's right behind that. Should be right after your agenda.
and Jim is here if you have any questions. We're talking about your
Yeah,
resolution.
I figured that.
There
So,
you go.
Yeah.
and then I'll just have you sign it after we're done.
Mhm.
That's okay after everybody signs.
Mhm.
So if anybody has any questions regarding the closing of the section line,
And you followed whatever process there is.
it was in the newspaper and Dave or the attorneys and him all did everything, so everything should be kosher and good to go.
Thank you, Mr. Anderson. Well, I'll move to approve.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Motion carried.
Risty Benefits called a little bit ago, he was in Wagner, so he's running a little bit behind, so I
Okay.
told him we'd just move on.
Okay,
We have a one-day alcohol license application come through for Abernathy, I think is that what they call the fall ball?
oh, yeah.
And so, if we could just get that approval, we just need a motion and a second, and then I'll have you sign it actually, Dawn.
Okay,
And then I'll get it to Ken when that's done, Kenny.
I'll make the motion to approve it.
So we got a copy of it.
I didn't make a copy, no, here I can,
we've done it every year.
Yeah,
Yeah,
and it's proceeds go to what?
you want to address that? She wants to know what the proceeds go to.
On the liquor,
Well, what are your reasons?
the fall ball, it's a goodwill offering, dance and, food. That part of it goes to the fire department. And then, the liquor sales goes to the Legion. We don't have nothing to do with that side of it. But this year, we didn't, we would love to update some, but we got used so hard early on that we've had a lot more expenses fixing this year. We've had a couple pumps go down. So we are not doing anything big, just recouping what we had to spend on new pumps.
Thank you.
you'll second it, Rex made a motion.
Okay.
All in favor?
Aye.
Okay. Public comment, Sherry, I'm meeting Tanner on Sunday.
Okay.
And, yes.
Took it out of his hands.
My thoughts to all of you guys here is that computer is 6 years old. And I'm not so sure once we get this back and get the stuff off it, that Wes may need, that we may need to be looking at updating it. We've had to update almost all of them in the courthouse.
What's
Those are on a regular basis.
Huh?
Those come on a regular basis.
Mhm.
Because new law is it's gotta be Windows 11 now, or you're
Yep.
not supposed to use it because of
So-
cybersecurity.
So anyway, I'm just throwing that out there, but I am meeting Tanner in Springs on Sunday, so. Any other public comment?
The fuel bids are right under there.
Yeah.
Okay, Wes, you're up again.
Yeah. Just one fuel bid this month, Total Oil. unleaded bulk 278, ethanol 260. Dyed number 2 is 272.
And I'll move to accept.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Thank you.
And, updates, like Donnie mentioned earlier, Thomas's has come on site at the Union Township Project 3. Pretty much, I think they'll be full bore as soon as the pipe shows. Bumpy Bridge, Anderson, we had a Zoom meeting with him last week when he wasn't there on Monday. He said he'd be here middle of the week, tomorrow, hopefully. So,
This week,
yeah, contractors, right? Otherwise, normal blading, we've been putting some gravel down. Not getting carried away, we don't want to go burning through it, but we've been doing gravel about once a week, having the truck run 1 day a week full. We'll do our last round of mowing next week with this frost. And looking at the forecast, everyone's gonna get a hard frost in a week, so that'll stump the grass and should be done.
Get the mower all put together, repaired.
Yeah, we completely rebuilt that mower. Tanner had it kind of planned to get rid of it every 2 years. Well, it made it about 1.5 years and then it was shot. That gravel just eats through that cutting bar but $3,500 to repair it in-house versus what, $25,000 for a new one. And they wouldn't give us nothing for it, trading it in. Even fixed, I don't know what you take a beating on that used stuff, but the mower should be good for another 1.5 years. What's that?
Gearbox is good.
Yeah, like the turtles on them, they're they should last fine. It's just more of the wear part where the gravel's making contact, constantly rubbing that bottom bar off of it in the guards. We had an oil leak last week, and of course I went into a full-blown panic because on them blades, if you lose a seal, you're in trouble. It was a hose, but I did call John Deere that day to see what our warranty was. It's good through 2029. They do everything but hoses. They would have come on site and did a seal, but they wouldn't do a hose. So that made me think about Cat, so I called Cat. We're the same with them. We're good till 2029, and it's good warranty. It's everything but a hose or a tire. Cat asked me where our samples have been, and I said, I don't know, I'm pretty new here. We've been sending an oil sample in. This last time they sent the kit down to the courthouse here was big. Well, there was like 10 sample kits in there, and Wyatt looked into it, and Cat said we haven't been sending in our samples on everything else. That the Cat and the John Deere have never had service done to anything other than oil changes since they've been blocked in Buffalo County. So we did a full service on that Cat, and it was almost $1,500 just in fluids to do that. But Cat said they wouldn't warranty it if we would have screwed around much longer. I'm sure John Deere's gonna be the same way.
So when we see this big bill come in,
yeah, $3,000 in just oil.
oil, but we have to do it if we want to keep our warranties.
Which
So
yeah, but we're gonna do it in a timely manner now.
the Cat's
Right.
done.
Okay.
the
He
Cat's
did everything
done.
yesterday. In one day, Wyatt is an amazing mechanic. He tore that machine apart and had it completely serviced and back together before 4:30. He looked like he bathed in oil, but he did a nice job.
I'm sure his wife approved.
So no,
Fortunately,
of course,
folks.
it's Cat only fluid. Total Oil was out this morning and filled our depth. And he's gonna see, because I did talk to Cat, they said if it's spec similar, we can use whatever. But at the time, I just told Cat to get it, and Kevin picked it up, so it saved us $200 in shipping. I come in Friday and unloaded them drums. But John Deere's kind of the same way. They have this Hydra XR, and it's just construction, just John Deere. Of course, they make it that way, so any way to avoid your warranty that you've already paid for, you want that extended warranty. But Total Oil's gonna look in to see if they have something that's what they consider John Deere and Cat consider the okay alternative, so it doesn't have that fancy expensive name by it.
We'll see.
So we've got the Cat done, the John Deere will be next, just waiting on filters. I did get fluid from John Deere for it. I have not got the filters from John Deere, or from John Deere, they had to order them. C&B doesn't carry anything construction-wise, I gotta order it in. And Paul Fulton call in. He was asking if we could wait, it hasn't been on my radar since I've been here, but the Wesley Oast driveway, it is a county road, it's on the DOT map, so state law says we have to maintain it. And he said he didn't care, he said, I'll pay for it. I said, well, I don't think you can, not where it's it's on our map.
Right,
I just wanted to bring it up. Codified law says if it's on our map, we have to maintain it to where a two-wheel drive vehicle can pass it without damage. So I don't know what you consider that, but I said I'd run it by you guys. I didn't think it'd be a big problem to blade his half mile once or twice a year. We drive right by it. It's connected.
if it's on the DOT map,
Right.
I mean, I feel
It's
it,
his driveway.
It's not even there. I mean, he owns it, but they have guys there that stay in the winter and through the spring cabin, and they haul a lot in and out of there, hay and cattle, but no one lives on it full time. They live there probably 6 months. They'll have usually 2 cowboys there. I even drove down it. He said it was getting wallered out. So. Mr. Golke inquired about the old 911 posts that they took out when they put all the new posts and signage up, you know. They dumped them up here. There's approximately 65 of them. I don't know if 20 of them are nice.
There might not very many are good.
You know,
They evidently took a grapple and just stuck it and grabbed them and pulled them out
so a lot of them are
and
bad.
pinned them and poked at them. So,
are those electrical that they were checking all them?
No, this is all our
State.
signage.
Okay,
The first time they did.
Oh,
911
okay.
sign.
yeah,
Well, state came in like, what, a year ago?
Yeah,
okay.
Just last year.
Yeah.
And
Yeah,
all
I
these-
know.
So we got all the old ones that are,
Well, we used to have 2 of them put together, remember? They didn't even take one out. They put 2 of them together.
really,
Old hill around.
the bases are there, he'd like 50 of them, I don't know, we've got some new ones for replacements right now. I've replaced 2, 3 in 6 months
Mhm.
that have been hit by cars. But we replaced them with new. I'd say if the county's all right with it, surplus them out to him for scrap price, and as long as, I'd say you take 50, you take them all. That would be my suggestion, if we sell them to him for salvage or, I guess I'm open to suggestions. If you want to keep them, we need to clean it, we need to clean that lot up there anyways.
Just take 'em. Just take 'em.
Where's the lot at?
Up on the hill where the old dump is, it's the gym, and then Deech Cooks, and then the old city dump. I don't think that's the county's, correct? That's the townships. They probably would be happy if we
And
get our
nothing
stuff out
is
of
to
there.
be up there, because if they break through that perimeter, we can be in trouble.
If we fell through the.
Yeah.
Okay, so the county's been dumping old culverts and waste up there for some time.
Gee, why'd they do that? Okay, never mind.
There ain't a whole lot
Ask
there. It'd
questions.
take a day to clean it up, but with the culverts and the junk. But these posts, there's a big pile of them that if he wants them, I'd say that'd be great if he takes them all. I'm open to suggestions. Are you willing to take them all?
I would,
Just take 'em.
Culverts.
there's probably about a
Yeah,
ton and
everything.
there's probably about 1.5 tons of scrap and steel. So, you know,
So if you figured, I don't know, you could look at it, what's scrap, $85 a ton right now?
I don't even know what it is, but, you know.
Uncut, maybe 90, I think.
Okay, uncut, yeah, 85 to 90 if you're in.
I'm not sure.
Even if you just said a ton, $85 for all, I don't know. Are you fine with that?
Yeah, whatever, I'm just,
I'm good with it.
No, make a motion, Rex.
And culvert.
I move we can have the sign post, and I suppose the signs.
We're
and-
surplusing.
There's not many signs left on there,
No, there's-
junk signs, bad.
Taking out the sign post, straight, everything's gotta go for 85.
So you're surplusing it.
Yeah,
Surplusing for how much?
$85.
85,
for the whole,
the whole
Yeah.
pile of
sounds good.
Awesome.
I think it
All in favor?
Aye.
Motion passed. Okay, Deb.
Just a little bit.
Oh, yes.
Yeah, a little bit.
I think Wesley should have the privilege of driving the pickup to his house, especially with winter coming. He checks most of the roads
He
out.
already has it.
I had 28.
He can just drive it no matter what. We don't have a,
You mean home from work? Like back and forth is what you're saying?
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah,
Yeah.
It's okay
he
already.
can do that right now anyhow.
Oh, I didn't know that. I didn't know that. I just,
Oh, you must not read our minutes.
yeah.
He already has it.
That would be handy, like when I come in here on Friday, or like when winter hits.
yeah.
The only thing, when I check, the only thing this way in the morning is Faggots, basically. Otherwise, I head west, I head north, I head southwest.
Yeah, no, I think that was in the minutes.
Okay.
Quite a while back.
Yeah,
Not for you, prior to.
Yeah.
Thank you. I have had 2 calls on private driveways. I know what this has been discussed over and over again, but I said I would bring it up. Codified law says we can hire out to maintain private driveways and private roads at an agreeable state rate, but no more than 6 hours a year can be spent on those roads.
but we have to go to every person in Buffalo
They
County.
request it. Yeah, if they requested it.
Well, from what Dave and Steve looked at, it was everybody.
And we have driveways that are listed as county roads. There was a resolution back in, yeah.
But that's the way Dave and Steve is that we have to offer it to every resident
Okay,
in the county.
Can we put it on next month's, they'll be here next month,
Yeah.
won't they?
absolutely.
Okay, we'll give him a heads up so he'll know what.
And one of the same people that asked about that does have a minimum maintenance road that is on our map. It's a dead end road. When Mr. Swanson was superintendent, I guess they hauled a bunch of gravel on it. I wasn't aware of that. He said that there was an agreement we would blade it once a year. It goes up to some farm ground,
Who,
Blaine Mayor, up to that, north of Tate Pines. And it does follow underneath that same thing, where if it's on the state map, a two-wheel drive vehicle must be able to safely pass it. We haven't bladed it. You know, Joe said that they did blade it before Tanner came, and he said they hauled a bunch of gravel on it. Lynn wants it bladed once a year.
it's on the map though as minimum maintenance.
Yep.
Well, then once a year, I think that if it's a minimum maintenance road and not
Once
a
a year,
map,
okay?
I would consider that.
Because it ain't gonna take us
Right.
10 minutes to do it.
but if it's, like I said, it's on our map as a minimum maintenance.
I just,
If it was a no maintenance, no.
right, and no, it's posted minimum. There's a sign there. I
Okay,
just wanted to clarify, so I didn't get some of the, well, you're lighting up to this guy's field. Well, there's a difference between a section line with no posting and a minimum maintenance road. So,
and where's the other driveway then?
they have a hired man, and then Matt asked again about it, just to see if anything had changed.
I'll talk to David when I talk to him on this other deal, but,
I just, when we went and got
and
certified, we
when we
about
talked about it, it's 6 hours, okay? Where do you start counting the 6 hours or?
Right. Well, and I think you'd have to, when I was thinking about it, you have to do a minimum. I mean, how do you bill for 15 minutes? It'd have to be a minimum 1 hour. So if it took you 15 minutes of time.
And then is it, then are they gonna be expected, all the driveways blown out when they're blown in,
Right.
Oh,
Oh, I get it.
yeah, I wish,
Don't say driveways.
What
got us in trouble.
yeah, I wish, Lloyd was here the other one. When Matt built that house, if he would have given him an easement, he'd have had a driveway.
I remember.
was my understanding.
There's no easement been signed on it.
But, I'll talk to David on that again when I talk to him on that.
I think some of them roads can be taken off in that too.
There's a process to it, yeah.
Yeah,
That's what he just went through.
Well,
Yeah.
not,
Well, you can switch them,
not
you can
closed,
switch them to
but
no
just take
maintenance.
them.
Yeah,
That's
just
why-
turn them into a section line again. And then the only last thing I have is, the road conference, our yearly one's coming up in Sioux Falls with LTAP, the big one. It's the 20th through the 22nd. I see if I get permission to go for at least one day. I'm not gonna stay the night.
Is this October or when?
Yes, yep. If I can cut out of here, if we don't have something come up, I would like to go one day during the day to the conference.
I'll say yes.
Because that helps Greg if you come to it.
Yeah.
He'll help you more about finding money and that.
And I'd like to talk to Mike too about getting them out here to do a seminar with the guys.
I just want to know, I haven't been here for quite a few meetings, but it's, is there you got a set fee for this, for driveways?
that was the other thing. There wasn't.
An hourly or something?
Yeah, I don't remember. I mean, it's been a couple years since we addressed it. So that's why I want to ask David about it again.
I just updated, so like if I need to break down per road, I can. And going off of what the state recommends and looking at like, there's a couple counties we just went over with.
Another problem we had with it is, so how do you go about building, building? And what happens if we don't get paid for it? There was several variables that David had brought up, or Steve, I don't remember which one it was.
That could be kind of,
Census
don't
right
pay
now,
your taxes.
not really.
Yeah.
Ain't under that.
So-
Yeah, it ain't bad. That's per running mile, that's figuring, there.
So, but like I said, I'll talk to David about it, because at the time we checked into it, it seemed like we had to almost go to every individual.
And I don't like being the bad guy with these people. I mean, I really want to help them, but if it's connected to a road we're going by, most of them are half mile to a mile tops. If we're going through there, it wouldn't bother me. We have the time. But
just gotta be careful when you get to the end, to get turned around and stuff.
Alvina Stahl called me this summer, and she wanted it, and I explained it to her. And she said, I don't have a problem, Dawn. Give me a name of somebody that'll come out here. I gave her Rod Ryer's name. I haven't heard a word from her. She was very happy with that. I said, Alvina, it's just,
And that's what I think, the two that asked, so they'd hired it done before. And Matt, I know for sure I thought he said the guy quit.
I think you're right there.
So,
But I'll talk to David and Steve about it, along with that, so.
Yeah, there was you put a motion out there, Steve.
the meeting, I can go for a day if I get time.
Yes.
I said you could.
So somebody want to make a motion in a second?
I said you could go out.
Rex did, Danita did,
Okay, perfect.
and we voted, yeah.
That's all I got. Thank you, folks.
Mhm.
All right, hospitalizations, there is I set it up with Dave and Steve. I would have to talk with Dave and Steve a little bit, because there's one on there, I think there's 3 or 4 bills from Sanford. That's totaling just shy of $15,000. And
Are
so,
they in there?
yeah. And so some of those, it's those 3 right there that say Sanford on it. So
That we gotta pay, or they're just sending out the deals?
I think these we're gonna have to pay.
Yeah, these look like,
So, but there's a couple in there that I'm gonna question more, so I'll probably talk to Steve and Dave a little bit more, because that's a huge bill.
This must be.
This is a $15,000 one right there.
It's those two are together. One was, and that's it. Those are, the rest of them are other ones.
Okay.
So if I could just put that out until next month, I'll call Sanford and just see what we can do. There should be something else besides just paying that.
This is a notice of hospitalization.
Right, I
This
think
is
that was
just a
an A,
notice.
See, these are same guys.
Yeah,
That's what I'm saying, Bishop. The days, I wish they was here.
yeah. Well, he got called out on a board deal for a recount, so.
So I'll work with Dave and Steve and we can just tell you guys for next month if I
Yeah.
can do it that way. Okay. Perfect. Treasurer's auditors report is out there, so everybody will be able to see that one. It went through just fine, so. But the next thing I have on here is the resolution. I don't know if it would look like this and like this.
Yeah,
And I'd say half of the auditors and anybody else that wanted to, auditors or anybody else in the courthouse that would like to do this, they're looking out for the public requests. And there's been several that have come that just should
Yeah.
be there. Okay. So I don't know if you want to read that, Dawn. And just, I would like to implement
And
this at
that-
all.
you want me to read the highlight?
No, this one right here.
Oh, okay. Requests for records related to the business of the county that are deemed public by South Dakota law must be formally made by letters sent via U.S. mail to the address below. Percent to SD 1-27-37. Buffalo County treats requests by telephone or email to be informal. Buffalo County only accepts formal request records.
And we're getting increased, and we are already kind of getting that because like if a register of deeds request comes through, typically it's through the mail. It's the other requests that auditors statewide are pretty much gonna start doing it this way. And so anybody else could also, like if Lee wanted to implement it or Janice wanted to implement it, they could certainly have their Wes as well. Anything should go through something written so that we have
A paper trail.
verification, yep, so.
Even to obtain it means they have to have some kind of release form or whatever signed.
Correct.
Any other place, I understand. Looks
Correct.
like you modeled it after other counties.
Yep, that, and again, that came right from,
Jones County.
so,
So you want this implemented?
yes, if we could, please.
And is that for all of us? or is
No,
it
just the
auditors?
auditor.
But unless you want to do it, because I think Lee would like to, so like a 911 address, here's kind of what's happening. If a 911 address
That's a good
comes through,
example.
it would be nice to have, again, a paper trail saying, yes, this is what we did. You know, sometimes in Janice's, it wouldn't make sense because she has the traffic that actually comes into here. So it'd be tough to be able to do it that way. But if somebody was wanting to get their taxes that were done and want an updated one, that would certainly meet that. Or Wes's request from people wanting to do stuff, I think that could be something written as well. I think that,
Even like these driveway requests.
right,
or-
I think it would be smart to start doing something like that. So. What's that?
Email.
Yeah, then it's documented, like he said.
You saying email don't count?
You're correct.
It's a modern world, Deb. There's a lot of business that email,
Well, then-
sign stuff and you email it. You don't, used to be they wanted the original copy. Now you sign it, you send it
email, so you can do what you want. Get on the horse and buggy years.
Can we still ride bareback?
How about it?
I see where you're going.
Well, and I did it with the 911 deal, because when we didn't have anybody in here before you or any of that, and I came in, you know, I'd have people call and want to do it, but yet you don't know who's really on the other end of that line. And those people, I'm sure, didn't have access to an email.
Well, no, if you didn't get access to email.
And this one here does say phone, request by telephone and email to me. Would that be to an email like to certain in department or? I don't know. I can see both ways on that one.
Can we table this till the next meeting and
Certainly.
do some investigating?
You also have that hotline. The hotline's the one that's suggesting it, so I'll give you guys the hotline
Okay.
to be able to
Mhm.
call them and find out too, so.
Excuse me, but I can see the agenda, but did you follow up with that number that I gave you for safety concerns? Did you?
Yep.
Were they helpful at all or?
Yeah, it is, so
Okay, what's the hotline number?
I'll send it, I'll get it to you guys.
Oh,
And
okay.
it's
Okay,
South Dakota, whatever,
Oh,
we've
okay.
used it before for
Okay.
anything else, so.
okay.
So that one there, Lodestar and Crow Creek Convenience Store, Danita dropped that off for us. And, so that will be coming out, just so we're aware that the liquor license are coming up for
Oh,
that.
okay.
And then within here, your sheets, there's our mileage, travel reimbursement mileage has
That
been
went up,
increased.
didn't
Yep.
I've seen
To
that.
70 cents.
I've seen that. I don't remember where I read it.
State approved it, so. that's
Yeah.
why I went up.
I just,
You read it.
I read it someplace.
Yeah, so you have a copy of it there
Yeah.
now.
Thank you.
Next thing is the courthouse will be closed October 13th, as well as the highway will be closed.
Yeah,
I don't know which, it's some holiday.
I think that's maybe Native American Day.
Could be. I saw it was a red day on the calendar, so.
I believe that's what it is. Okay,
And then I have some election training coming up. One's gonna be in October, the other one's gonna be in November. And, so I just like permission to be able to go to those. So I do believe that there's probably a quarterly coming up too. So
For county.
if we could get, if I can get elections and,
Okay,
any-
so the trainings for the upcoming elections?
yes, it is.
To-
And that's also for the, okay,
For commissioners or whoever wants to go to it.
okay.
I'll second.
all in favor? Okay,
Is that- that
anybody
quarterly
need to go
one?
into executive session?
Oh, yeah.
Okay. Vouchers.
Is everything you paid on these sheets or is there something
The
else?
top three or four are the ones that are still have to be paid. The other ones like are your, what's the next one on there? Go one more sheet. Transmittal should be on there
Yeah.
as well as payroll.
Yep,
Everything is in there. So,
Everything that's been paid out is in these sheets.
correct.
yep.
I believe so. And here's the verifications of them.
Mhm. Is Dan still gonna try and be here?
I hope so. If not,
Can I bring up that lease tractor quick? Just a question.
Sure.
Is it all right if I look at other options rather than John Deere? I like the John Deere, just don't like how we've been getting kind of stuck on.
I don't think there's a problem. I think we,
They charge us how much to put that window in?
Got a lot. Oh, you're right. There were, good point. There are 2 other vouchers that are on there. This one came,
Just got this, right?
yeah, and then also Total Oil. I just got that, so you could add those 2, Total Oil
Yeah,
and
they just filled the
CNB.
F up this morning and they sent a bill already. They're fast, $180.20, but, so when we first got that mower, the second day, the front window exploded.
right,
And they told me, you know, they'd come down here, they'd order it and put it in right here. Like, then it sat a week and, well, we ain't got nobody to come down there. Then they said they couldn't do it down here. They needed 2 days to do it. Wow, we just got the bill. It's $3,300 to put that window up there. They charged damn near $1,000 to haul a tractor up there. And then the guy on at Miller said, well, they just break sometimes. They're having issues with them. Well, I don't know what happened. I don't know if a rock hit it. Sure could have. It was a front windshield. So I can't believe a rock went forward and then come back.
Warranty don't cover.
Apparently not all of a sudden it didn't. You'd have thought we'd got a bill 2 months ago, not just all of a sudden.
Yeah, I definitely look around for better deals.
That's what I thought.
well, I know the tractor that we were leasing, we bought it out. When we leased it, it was 14,700 to lease it a year for 4 years. If we wanted to lease that same exact tractor today, it's 27,000 a year.
Cause what was this? It was around 15,000. It's gonna be correct, I believe, on this one. But it's
How
a
many
longer
hours did
tractor,
you
but-
get?
400 hours. Is that 400 or 500?
See,
We'll
we got-
never hit it, you know.
Yeah, we got 400 hours for 14,700.
Sure.
And if we wanted, you know, we ended up buying it out, but if we hadn't, we wanted to lease another one,
Was
it
that
was 27,000.
probably with the loader and everything or no?
Yeah.
See, that's where our savings are a little bit, but in a smaller tractor a little bit. I don't know, they weren't real friendly when we were trying to get
Mhm.
here. They weren't timely.
Now, do you have to, here's my question, and do you have to go with the state approved one, or can you do what you want? You know, like if we want to buy a pickup, they say,
You get bids,
yeah,
you gotta do bids.
I think I can get bids.
Otherwise, with the state, you can automatically go
Yeah.
with them. That's why it's
Okay.
easy.
I think if the bids are less than the state, correct? You can go with whatever is lesser.
As long as you get 3 of them.
Is that program still open where you can, they want you to just put 500 hours on them and they go take it back?
They charge us for it. It used to be,
They got hourly deal, and then if you
Yeah.
went over.
but not no more. 'Cause that's what I remember. We used to get one up a loader, a big one.
Yeah.
Hey, this is Deb.
Yeah, that was a good deal, but now.
Real good deal.
Something in the
I don't
That's
town.
think-
okay. Hey, how far
I
out
don't
are
think new
you?
equipment's selling very good, so they're
Yeah.
charging for everything. Especially-
Okay.
I think there
Then
was some
our
federal
commissioner
tax
meetings are almost done
write-off
here,
or
so
something that
I
they
just wanted to
was-
make sure.
3 years.
Yeah, we're quick.
And they cut it
Really
back.
popular.
For a while. Well,
Yep,
they sold
yep,
the
we're,
tractor
we just got,
cheaper
we're
than
going
that
through
one, you know,
vouchers
they
right
got
now,
discount.
then we're done, so
Yeah,
well, I'll just
good
stall
size.
here a little bit.
That's
Song
just,
and
if
dance,
it's okay, I'd like to look around,
The nice part about them, they had good maintenance and everything.
right? You either get took care of. I just thought that bill was enough to warrant looking into options.
How many miles? 12 miles, okay, we'll stall. Oh, well, you better slow down. All right, bye.
Sheriff's office.
Okay, can I get a motion to approve the vouchers, and I can,
Along with those ones.
Yeah. Rex,
I'll move.
So that will, so on the vouchers that you have C and B and
total oil.
total oil. So, okay,
What's on these sheets of
Yeah,
paper?
yeah, okay.
Aye.
All in favor? Okay. We'll wait for Risty Benefits to get here before adjourning.
we shouldn't need any other meetings until next month, right?
Well, shouldn't.
Okay.
I'll make it.
Let's try that on there. when I loaded that thing, there was oil pouring out of the bottom.
What was that?
So when they moved it out, it must have finally let loose, because I looked at it when it was dumping oil, and there's a hole in the oil pan now. So
I don't know if the population, if you guys want to stay or not, but the Risty benefits, what they're going to be calling about is regarding our benefit packages coming up, as well as anybody 65 and older, that you want to discuss those options. So that's all that's there.
Reimbursed if they don't
Yes.
take the insurance. Well, that's the thing with that. One of them, they're kind of running, right?
Hey, Don,
Then they come.
take out
They-
the phone.
they drive up.
Well, I'm guessing to get in the shop, they drove in there and it let loose, because I started it, and it didn't want to start it off. And then when it did fire up, it was climbing way worse, smoke coming out that pipe.
I drove my work
Drove it
box
on,
through.
Saw that.
so it's running out. I'm like,
I think you could just drive it right up front here.
but how, my question is, how they instantly run the scope down on that cylinder to find. And if they do that, why do they put it back together?
Limited on staff.
It was,
Oh, yeah, it started, it didn't want to start, but it did.
I just send in my driver's
No, that's
license,
what it
birth
is.
certificate, and my
That's what I
birth
call it.
But I just didn't say, I went to.
Say
And
that.
when I called them, I was like, oh, I thought we were gonna keep it.
Yes, I just.
Yeah,
I think
actually,
you didn't care until I said your grandson wanted it.
they're handling
Oh,
that
well,
for me.
let me call you. Then you have to-
I wonder why Dad said that.
Well.
But, I mean,
Yeah.
that's what we had on Dylan's, we just didn't work on the galley.
Well, then I don't
Pulled the
care.
record, put a strap,
Yeah.
toe strap, soft strap, put the stuff in the cabin. Yeah, open the doors, and then white straps, they don't work nothing. Now in an older pickup, now I wouldn't do it on my.
And that's what I'm
pickup, but I'm
doing
gonna
now.
do
I have a family, and so it's
But you need it.
So if you had fours on the cover, you get it molded, just take this big 4-inch strap, run it up to your forks. Four main tab mounts, and then pull it all the way. There's some,
It's been about 5 years.
that goes with the the whole front clip basically. So the only thing there is gonna be radiator station with the radiator port, so you can literally just pull the whole shebang out and the motor's right there.
I was gone last year.
If you run it again, a new motor from Nazi.
I think I've been signing on.
Oh, yeah, my parents smoke.
Need them.
So that's kind of.
That's why we gotta get that same.
And then that was about
The same
the time I
thing.
said, wow, I'd be cool.
We looked at converting it and it's impossible. Yeah, but it ran forever, like your really pickup, your pickup. And things, I had that one hot, so hot it died, it wouldn't start, and the next day somebody could start again.
Because
Doesn't
they
block
don't
it
put you
up,
out.
but
They can't put you out.
he'd hardly destroy them.
Yeah, basically.
Mine, where they have it designed and then ones like that, they can just hold all the weed seeds in there, and it's terrible.
Because I take it
So we had to take that out
and
pull it out a
then
couple
you have to
times.
let your body rest for a while and then take it. So it's like every week. So, but yeah, it's a pretty spinny boat. It's just really, I mean, just. Right. Yeah, it's called like
A lot of them,
the
they don't take
So
that
basically, they
heater
just
core
go
out.
into the
They won't let no air pass the heater
like a
core
little
and close it
corrugated
there.
pipe.
They got a place you can drill,
There's like a section of
you
it.
can get in there,
It
you
doesn't
can
matter.
wash it and blast it out.
I'll just have you sign
I
here,
can
here.
get ours, get underneath there and all
Go
that.
get it stamped.
Get the trash out and go get it, but they got a place you can drill a hole and get in there and
Ellen made
rinse it out.
And then, They put it, cause they said they want to see it.
I know, okay, look here.
And I said, so what do you do? They weren't sure.
I put free on it at
Cancer.
once.
And they said it was a big But they said,
Down the road.
it's not. So,
Cold there than what?
but it's.
Up to about 80 degrees. Get out of that.
Doing, Brett?
I suppose.
So.